Oh, hello. Welcome to today. My name is Amy, and this is it. Actually, doesn't even. It just looks like a freckle. Anyways, I'm going through puberty again, apparently. So, let us tap in to the energies of the day. I fixed my situation here, so we won't have any more hangy days. And hopefully no folly wallies. Okay, let's do it. Let's tap on in and see what's up for us as we're settling into this new things that have been coming up has been allow yourself the time to integrate. Sit in the liminal space, be there. It's an important part of the process, right? We can be in this space where we're like, okay, now what? What do we do now? What do we do? And it's like, be, just be, baby, be. That is the wisdom of the day. I think that's wisdom. I think it's wisdom. You'd think I would memorize all of these sometimes, but not. Okay. 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 There it is. Wisdom. The earth energy of wisdom centers you in your body, thus granting access to your inner wisdom. Okay. So, this pulling, this balance between your wisdom center, your soul star chakra, your higher self, your intuition, your crown receiver port. I don't know why. I don't know why, but we are in the realm of the spirit where the spirit knows why, and we just do. And this is it, right? We just have to trust. And this is why it's important to be in the space, in the liminal. Yeah, like when I'm floating in the lake, which I love to do, but there's a point where I'm laying there and it's peaceful and it's gorgeous and everything's nice. And then my brain's like, okay, time to move about, time to start thinking about all the things that creatures that could swim up underneath you and grab you by the butt and pull you down under and all these things. It's like the brain and the ego and the things are like, do stuff, but that whole needing to do stuff is the old way, right? It's like that analogy of spending your life climbing the mountain, right? And there's certain skill sets and modes that you have to be in order to climb the mountain, right? But when you get to the top, all of those processes, all of those modes are irrelevant. And it's kind of like PTSD in a way, right? Where you're like, this is so nice. And then, oh, I gotta climb. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm at the top. Oh, okay. This is so nice. I gotta climb. I gotta climb, right? So this is, I think, what we're going through right now, this space of beingness in a way we're not used to, which is why it's important to really be in this space right now, because it's kind of the reset for the new way of going and flowing. That's what I'm getting. Okay. That's the channel message for the day. We got Urus. I love this. Okay, Urus came out in yesterday's reading if you are feeling a resonance to this. But this is giving me the stand firm where you are, right? Hold it. Be confident and strong in your unwavering. Force yourself to float, okay? Be in that float space. And I mean, I think it's natural. I think it's also part of that process. I'm getting like systems that spiral, right? It kind of keeps coming back. So it's like this tendency here to climb the mountain, right? And utilize all the things in order to do that. And when you're at the top of the mountain and you're in your relaxed state and it spins back around, and when it comes back, it's like, oh yeah, you're climbing the mountain. It's like, to recognize, oh, I see you, but we're done climbing the mountain now. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And then it comes back, and then and then you're like, no, we're still good. Oh, okay. And then right? Because I feel like it's a gradual, this is this momentum that we speak of all the time, right? There was a lot of momentum built generationally in this mountain climb processing way of living, being, seeing, doing. And like all of the things, when they come back around, it's an opportunity for you to, no, I'm sure we're at the top of the mountain now. We don't need that anymore, right? And I think I'm just drawing a parallel to like addictive behaviors, right? And habits. It's like every time it asserts itself or tries to insert itself, recognizing it and choosing something different, right? And eventually, your resilience, your choosing the different way, it starts to fade out, and then a new way builds momentum towards about. Sorry, I got a hair tickling my back. Okay. Lots coming out. So Urus is a significant obstacle in your path when you meet it. This is both you being the confident, strong, unwavering force, grounded, right? I mean, the bull, it is such a land animal, right? And we've got the earth wisdom is just coming back, right? So this grounded firmness. And just two, as you being that confident, strength, and unwavering, also your ability to push through and keep moving forward through anything that stands in your way, right? So this bull represents both the obstacle and the overcoming of the obstacle. Okay. I also, because I've been going through stuff and doing my cleanse, and I found a bunch of the fridge magnet word things. I don't have a lot. This is all I got, and there's just rando words in there, obviously. But I thought that could be a fun little message that may or may not make sense, but this is about intuition. So it's about the things that are triggered within us when we hear, see, and receive, right? Sometimes, a lot of times, most of the time, as I am rewatching the videos, because a lot of times I don't even remember what I say. And so I detach from the messenger and I become the messagee. And there's some things that I feel, pick up, think of in between all the things that I say, things that I don't say, things that I'm like, you should have said this, or this is what you're trying to say, or here's a whole other angle we could have went, or whatever, right? And so this is part of this co-collaboration. And I feel like it's the same with the co-collaboration with the universe, right? It's like the universe is putting out the messages, and it's your ability and where you're at in your everything to discern and pick and take the messages, finding them and applying where relevant, right? Okay, so we had this one card coming up, and it's beautiful. Okay. It's the Six of Cups. This is reciprocating relationships. This is like-minded people. This is inner children, creative, abundance, joyful, playful, curious, gorgeous. Okay. We got friends, like minds coming together to share beautiful cups. And the wisdom to know the difference. Okay, I feel like this is a new place in your world. Is this standing firm for the relationships that feel like this? Maybe. We'll see what else comes up. Okay, we're just gonna do this. Whoa. Okay. You declare it and it is so. So we got work leading to a Ten of Cups. Okay, so that's beautiful. This can be any kind of work. This could be the work that you do in your career work, leading to Ten of Cups, fulfillment, emotional stability, harmony, joy, love, peace, prosperity, abundance, all that jazz. This could be the work you've done on yourself, on your emotional state. Oh, she's so cute. This is all the work on all the levels, okay? And that's beautiful. Okay, and then we had this bunch come out here. Wow. Okay, so we've got the moon wanting to come out again. Okay, the moon likes to come out because not all things are out in the open right now. There are things in its phases and stages yet to be revealed, right? Hidden things in the dark. Okay, and we've got the past, the hurt, the heartache, the things that pushed you into your transformation mode. Okay, and this contributing to your self-mastery, your knowledge bank, your wisdom. Okay, this is like your wisdom center, the middle man, woman, person between your heart and your crown, your higher self. And this for me is like the third eye portal. So this middle person, having being in the right perspective to make the moves, right? I kind of get this like alternative lenses. Like I feel like you could turn this and it'll zoom in or zoom out or whatever, right? So this like perspective zone, and making the choices and that affecting your wheel of fortune. Okay. Because of your ability to see things in different ways, because of your past, things that you learned, the things that you alchemized, the things you came, and the wisdom you retained from the healing processes of these things, this turns your wheel, which makes sense. I mean, we're pretty heavy when we're full of wounds and pains and hurts from the past, right? And through the process of healing, it's kind of like purging out, and like you find a big heavy box and you just keep a couple things out of there and you throw the rest out. Well, now you're that much lighter, right? So I always feel like the baseline, the set point is always up, but it's our traumas and all the ancestral baggage and our own baggage, everything that weighs the wheel against us. And I feel like ancestrally, and that's why it's so hard when it's been generationally stuck, right? It takes a little bit more to re-grease that wheel so that it can go back up. And I feel like this is this liminal space that we're in right now. We've taken the weights off and we're just waiting for the wheel to right itself. Okay, but it is going to be, and it's going to be a celebration. Okay, something worth celebrating about. So get celebrating now, okay? Because you like acknowledge that you've already got to the top of this mountain, right? You've already done a lot of the dirty work. Not to say that there's not a lot of boxes of rocks somewhere in the back that you haven't found, but you are so much more lighter than anyone in your past generational line has been. And that is a huge feat. Okay. Okay. So those guys. Let's see. Your ability to see and ground. We were contributing to the moving of that. We've got celebrations and the moon being like, you can know some things, but you're not going to know all the things. And we don't want to, right? Because that's part of this living experience is the unknown and the beautiful, magical, what do you call those things? Surprises that reveal themselves as you go, right? It's like you walk into the thrift store and you're just checking it out, just open, see what's there, right? And then you discover a treasure and you're like, oh my God. And maybe it inspires you. Maybe you are like, I can make this into something else, or I can clean this up and resell it, or I can do whatever the hell I want with it because I'm buying it, right? Or whatever. And it changes the trajectory of your day. Even, you know, the energy that goes towards the surprise of finding this thing you weren't expecting to find. You know, you get it. You get it, you know. Okay, what's this one? Oh, it's just your 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So, I mean, this is why you are holding firm in what you know, in what you feel, in what you've done. because you're feeling this shift, and it will leave a legacy. Okay, this is the legacy turn. And I mean, it makes sense, right? You shift, you break or lube or recorrect the wheel after it's been fused in place for generations. Well, that's gonna affect the next generation, right? They don't have to do that work. It's already been done. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So don't overthink it. Okay. And I think that is exactly what we can tend to do in the liminal space. It's that, like, me floating on the surface of the water and being like, this is so nice. And then, oh, I should move. I should do something. I should, whatever. Right. And it's like, just float, just float and enjoy that, especially this is that PTSD, right? It's like spending your whole life treading water, treading water, treading water, treading water, and being in a state of exhaustion. And then through your healing, through your process, through going through all this stuff, you discover you can float. And you're like, you mean I've been trying to keep my head above the water the whole time by running. And this whole time I could just stop running and float. And so you do that, and it's that building that trust, right? Okay, I'm floating now, but what if I start to sink? I better start moving. And so it's like that old muscle memory, right? Your body's like, what are we doing? We're supposed to be moving. We're supposed to be moving in your brain. So this is the wisdom, tapping in and connecting, and this like, no, 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 buddy, we're good. Higher self, yep, we're okay to float right now. Okay, so let's get an animal oracle. It's okay to stand firm and confidently. So, in your beingness. Yeah, that moving is also linked to the earning your place, right? Earning love, earning affection, earning attention. It's like getting that, like the monkey busking, right? It's only making money when it's singing and dancing and performing, right? Only earns when it performs. And that's generational. Survival mode. Beautiful. We got the lion. Leon. Oh, why don't they call him a lion? Let's call them lions from now on. The mighty lion. That's why. That's why they don't call it a lion. The male lion lays around waiting for the big game before it strikes. Okay, patient. Boom. Regal. I don't know why I did that. A complete master. Okay, gorgeous. The lion is a master of the 5 fire element and the living mascot of self-transformation. See, I can get behind that. This whole king of the jungle thing. It's like, who are you trying to gaslight? Like, think about how common of a phrase that is for how long. And it's not true. They don't live in a jungle. Okay. A lion personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. Therefore, the lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant, stealth, and precise in their words and actions. Wow. They do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds us that self mastery is available to all, no matter where our quest begins. Beautiful. When in balance, the epitome of peace and strength. So we got double strength with the bull and the lion. Beautiful. When out of balance, withdrawn, and too serious. There you go. That's why he needed to be called the lion. Okay. Okay. When out of no, we did that already. To bring into balance, daily meditation and friendship, which, was the central card. So that's some kind of gorgeous. That's some kind of gorgeous. Let's get an astral card. What do we got? Libra, balance. There you go. Whoop, there it is. The balance. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Sorry, I keep saying it, but I love it. I don't know why I'm so giggly. Okay. Libra asks us to strengthen all relationships with an infusion of justice, equity, equality, communication, fairness, and romance. I don't know. The cardinal air sign Libra is ruled by Venus, and its symbol is balanced scales. Libra is connected to the kidneys and the endocrine system, and all the ways a body comes into balance. Okay, body in balance, wisdom, earth, Uruz, earth, lion, earth, fire, and balance. And we were talking about the balance between your heart body and your crown body, non-body. Okay. The sun shines here September 22nd to October 21st. So let's go to the gift. The Navajo refer to the beauty way as the path of a life lived in balance. The beauty way. Living in the right relations with one another, with the cycles of nature, with the ecosystem all around, and with spirit. Let the beauty way call you. What's that? I hear you. I hear you. The beauty way is like, just float. You're good. You don't need to run anymore. Yay. Yay. Okay. Let the sun shine. Should we do a fairy? Okay, fairies. Okay, fairies. Let's get wisdom from the fae folk. Whoops. Wisdom from the fae. One more. 3 times a charm. And a skadoosh. A skadoosh. I just watched Kung Fu Panda 4. A skadoosh. This one. The Journeyman. Okay. Okay, Journeyman. What you talking about? A number 15. Adventure, independence, polishing of skills, and travel. Ooh. All of the great ones, the saints, the Bodhivistas, I don't know if I said that right, and all of those who are filled by the spiritual light have been on this journey. They went into the wilderness, stepping like fools off of the safe path into the waiting hands of their gods and goddesses. This is the journey of life, a pilgrimage that begins in ignorant trust, passes through all of the doubts, fears, ups and downs, probably all of the delusions, and certainly all of the confusions. Through it, we learn slowly, painfully, a new kind of trust, a trust in the process, detached from the goal. Whoa, right? Because going up the mountain was about survival, was about getting to the top of the mountain. And then once you get to the top of the mountain, your body takes time, right? The physical realm takes time to readjust, to change, right? There's no goal suddenly. The goal is to be. And it's like, but I don't know. I don't understand, right? That's that confusion and the fear and the doubts and the downs and all the stuff. It's beautiful. Okay. Our young Ongus, journeyman, bless him, is stepping out on the journey of life, positively glowing with enthusiasm. Even his toes sparkle. Oh, yeah. He's got a little sparkle on his toe. Bright, handsome, and educated, he has completed his apprenticeship in fairy crafts and magic, but he has not yet achieved true mastery of his trade. To accomplish this, he must leave the protection of his master and step out onto his path as an independent journeyman craftsman. He is testing himself and his knowledge in the world. He hopes to eventually achieve the status of Master Maker, which is card number 22. Right now, he knows a lot of facts, has all the basic skills, but probably knows less than he thinks he does. He is about to learn about the skills of survival, bartering, persuading, selling, buying wisely, enjoying life, making friends. At least he doesn't need to learn how to iron his own shirts. Ongnes, it's O-E-N. How do you say that? Onnes? Onnes. Still has lovely, playful, childlike qualities. An Oracle online group member notes that Ongnes is playing balance the ball on a stick with the moon and adds that he seems to have no restraints, sets no boundaries on what he can do. And because he is magical and doesn't set such limitations on himself, sorry, I lost it. He is able to walk on air or water or through the hills, all with the moon nicely balanced both on his stick and in the sky. Our young Ognes, it's O-E-N-G, okay? So it's even weird. Oh, maybe it's Angus. And the O is silent. Okay, he's Angus now. Um, our young Angus must learn to care for himself. No one is looking over his shoulder to see that that he does his work right and eats properly. Angus may take chances and even make mistakes sometimes, as we all do. And this is how we learn. He is now confronting or being confronted by the real world. Here, he will discover that excuses don't buy bread and that the quality and integrity of one's work and actions are what counts. But he has been well taught and pretty well knows this already. Don't tell him I told you, but Agnes sometimes wears a false mustache, hoping that it makes him look more mature. He has romantic dreams of being a great hero, of becoming the supreme master of his craft, and of winning a fairy princess. Some of these dreams will come true, perhaps even all of them. Here we see an innocent being walking trustfully into a situation for which he is not fully prepared, and indeed cannot be fully prepared, or for which his preparation is as yet untested by reality. He is innocent of previous practical experiences of the path he is now treading, or the realm of life into which he is moving. This card could be called Innocence Encounters Reality, which is by no means a bad thing. His fairy godmother is lurking somewhere, just out of sight, as fairy godmothers tend to do. Her expression is both gleeful and worried. Her hair is already whiter than it was before he began, and she is keeping her wand fully charged at all times. Although this is his journey and he must undertake it himself, almost everyone needs and is given a little fairy godmothering from time to time. Good natured innocence attracts fairy guardians. It attracts helpful beings on all planes and in all worlds. It may also attract those who would abuse that innocence. But as long as our intentions are good, our guardians will offer good guidance. We are blessed and cared for if we allow ourselves to be. The world is before Angus with smiles and teeth. Angus has optimism, cheerfulness, magic skills, and a diligent fairy godmother. Agnes grows within us when we step bravely into the unknown, developing our potentials with hope, optimism, and an open heart. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. This is what it is. Adventure, independence, travel, a long path ahead, we hope. This card speaks to the need to perfect skills in working and living, but it acknowledges having a sound grounding in the basics. Optimistic, innocent, and willing to learn. Agnes also shows us that intuition serves us well, but only if we pay attention to it. Sometimes we are operating from theory alone, and our knowledge may or may not be well grounded in reality. This card does not necessarily refer exclusively to beginnings, it can also signify a progression along a path, moving into the unknown from the known. A new phase is an ongoing process. The card may also represent untested concepts or ideas and suggests a need for balance between the intuitive and the rational as one approaches the unknown. There's another balance confirmation of this thing we got going on with the wisdom and the physical courage, strength, right? Consider where you are going. What are your long-term goals? What are you doing that is helping you to move towards them? Okay, so I'm getting that in this period where you are allowing the echoes of the old way of being to lose their potency. Think about what you want to do. Where are you going to go? How are you going to get there? But ultimately, it's about maintaining an optimistic confidence and an unwavering focus to move into the unknown. Yes. Okay, let's get some love messages. You're magical. Yes, confirmation. Ground yourself. Yes, confirmation. Burn it to release. Okay, yes. Sometimes you just gotta light it on fire and let it become one with the atmosphere. Okay, set clear intentions. That's something that you can practice while you are floating. Is I am going to float here regardless of, or for 5 minutes, regardless of how many times my brain wants to, or my body wants to move. Do your own research. Yeah, research ways of overcoming post-traumatic stress, right? Um, of rewiring your brain, of neuroplasticity, and find ways of supporting the process from another angle so that it supports the parts of you that are changing the way it was. Does that make sense? Gratitude. Yes. This attitude of gratitude, you can't be grateful enough. I feel like gratitude is one of the magic making potions, right? The more you are able to be grateful, confirmation burp, of everything that you have in your reality right now, the more you magnetize more things to be grateful for. So this attitude of gratitude, it's easy to say, it rhymes and all this kind of stuff, but it's like it's a thing. It's a thing, and get on it. Okay, get on it. And also trust your intuition, trust your little nudges. Start to allow yourself to explore what your intuition is offering you, right? If you get an intuitive nudge, so one of the things for me, an example was I'd be going into town, grabbing the stuff, and then my intuition would be like, grab your sunglasses. And my brain would be like, it's cloudy out. I don't need to bring my sunglasses. That's weird. You're being weird. Shush. And I don't grab my sunglasses and I leave. And while I'm in town, at some point, the sun comes out, and I think, oh, if only I would have listened to my intuition and grabbed my sunglasses, I'd have my sunglasses right now, right? And so next time when you get that urge and you witness your mind try to talk you out of it, do it instead of not do it and see what happens, right? And that's exactly what happened was, the next time my intuition was like, grab your sunglasses, and my brain was like, it's cloudy. I'm like, better do it anyways. And so I grabbed them, and sure enough, I needed them. And this helps to reinforce and helps you to build the trust, right? So that you eventually can believe in miracles, because that kind of stuff is miracle-y stuff, right? It's like, what? It's a miracle. I have my sunglasses. Okay, be the smile on someone else's face. Don't wait for other people to smile before you smile at them. Just do it. Think of it as slapping people in the face with your smile. Okay. And maybe that'll make you smile because you're like, I'm going to slap that guy in the face with my smile. Hi. Right. Okay. Okay, let's try doing this thing here. So I've got my little plate that I made. It's a raku. I love a raku. Okay. This is just a clip that I had on there. Okay, and I'm gonna do this and pull a decent sized stack, throw it down, and then we'll grab this. Yes, my side. Okay. And then we'll just see what happens. Where? Yes, always my side. Tonight. Ooh, where tonight? Next. Always yes. Next, my side tonight. Where tonight? My side next. Where tonight? Always yes. Okay. I didn't say it was going to be successful, but here we go. Yes. Tonight. My side. Always. Where? Next. Next where? There we go. Okay. So those are the magnet words. They could be kind of fun. Okay, let's just throw some charms out. I'm gonna drop them because I like sometimes where they land. Okay, but look at this gorgeous reading, first of all. Beautiful. Okay, what do we got here? We've got love. Gorgeous. And this is my self-care butter knife, the charcuterie board, right? Where you are treating yourself gorgeously, but also having the time, the space, and the ingredients to do a charcuterie board. If you've ever done a charcuterie board, it takes a lot of planning to get one going on. Okay. We've got, who's this? Leon. Okay, beautiful confirmation, but it was over on this side. So look at that, the balance. This one is up, this one is sitting and watching. So this balance between the being and the doing, love it. Okay, we've got the tree of life. Okay, but this is also like abundance, right? When the tree is established and starts fruiting, this is gorgeous. So I feel like this is what is turning on your wheel. We've got, look, this work with the angels here. The angels are working in your favor. Gorgeous. What else we got? Oh, we've got royalty. We've got purity. We've got celebration. Yes. We've got, oh yeah, the royal. The crown is heavy. I don't know if it goes there. Look at, we got horsepower here on the move. Gorgeous. We've got loyalty with this dash hound. What is going on over here? There's so many cards. Okay, we've got your self-care, creating a web of care for yourself. This is part of this legacy, right? Think about past generations working and struggling and living in survival mode, and never really having time or energy or anything for self-care. This is another reason why it's important for you to be in this moment, because you've reached a point where you can be in self-care. Okay, so you are being self-care for you and your ancestors. So don't rush it. They're all like, finally. Okay, this is a coming home. I feel like this is like an elephant that was separated from their herd, their tribe, and they've just rediscovered them, and they're like, I'm a coming. Okay, we've got this dream net. What do you call that? Dream catcher? Yep. And over by the rose and the Buddha. Okay, so pay attention to your dreams and try to figure them out. I just had one that it's a puzzler. It's a puzzler. Okay. Then we've got this choo-choo train. Okay, and I feel like this is protection, because amethysts are like they create a bubble of light, kind of the same as like the violet flame of Saint Germain. And so I feel like you're highly protected here. We've got your work on your traumas and wounds and stuff like that is healing your core connection to abundance, which is beautiful. Okay. And that's going to take a bit to right itself. Okay, we also have this flow, and this is kind of this letting go. Yes, more of a letting go with this leaf. Usually leaves are floating down the river, and so it's about just flowing, floating, right? But this one is actually giving me the release the old ways of being, like the end of a season when all the leaves let go, right? And then you go into this hibernation state, and that's kind of where we're at, where we're holding as the things are adjusting internally until spring. And then things start to bloom and grow in a beautiful new way. Okay. We've got the fish over here. This is my look within fish, because it looks like it's holding an eyeball in its mouth. And so there's something about looking within. This is giving me the wisdom that you have pulled from past experiences and how that affects your everything, perspectives and all the things. Okay, and then the final one over here is the butterfly sketch, and it's near my dragon here. And so I feel like this is the process of the filling in the new bits, right? You excavated all of the parts that no longer serve, and you are redefining your boundaries, your yourself. Okay, and so this is why you can't just fly away. You got to wait for the wings to be ready. Okay, wow, all the charms in the world. There you go. I hope there was some good stuff in there for you. I mean, it's a beautiful reading. Again, you are sitting out into the unknown with confidence, with optimism, and you are grounding and staying firm, and you've got gorgeousness abound coming. So don't rush it, be in it, feel it, love it, be it, and all of that jazz. Okay, love and appreciate you. See you next time. Bye.